So Whoopi Goldberg has been suspended and may actually end up getting fired. And the craziest thing about this story is that all of it is based on a lie. Oh, man. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And if you haven't heard about the lie that has led up to Whoopi Goldberg potentially getting canned, well, you see this right in front of you here. Mouse author reacts to his book being banned. Now, this lie is being repeated over and over again in the mainstream media. You saw CNN, here's MSNBC, News Channel 5. I mean, they're all saying that this book, it's been banned. And the kicker here is that this book, it has not been banned. Let me repeat that. Has not been banned. But why let the truth get in the way of a good headline, right? See, unlike the mainstream media and Whoopi Goldberg, whom we'll get to in just a second, and this stuff, it is going to go off the rails there, we decided we would get to the truth of the matter. How did we do that? Well, we called up the district that's responsible for this. We're from Tennessee. This was McMinn County. And McMinn County didn't ban a book. They decided they would take this book along with 29 other books that they're not talking about. They would replace them in the curriculum. They reached out for guidance on how to better teach this subject. But hey, none of these places, they're going to talk about that at all. Why? Because it doesn't suit the narrative. Now, The View decides that they're going to add to this disinformation trash fire. And that's what this is, by the way. It isn't misinformation or being misinformed. That's about self. That's about not knowing. And they have dozens of people that could look into this. But what they want to do is they want to promote a narrative. They try to promote this narrative too. And this, it blows up because Whoopi Goldberg, just listen to this quote here. You can see where things, they go terribly, terribly wrong for her.
And a Tennessee school pulled the graphic novel Mouse out of their lessons on the Holocaust because it contained some nudity and some bad language. Personally, I'm shocked because, given the story of Mouse, I'm surprised that that's what made you uncomfortable. The fact that there was some nudity and, I mean, it's about the Holocaust, the killing of 6 million people, but that didn't bother you. But the naked
I'm not sure that they don't use the naked part as a kind of a canard to throw you off from the fact that they don't like history that makes white people look bad.
Well, this is white people doing it to white people.
Yeah.
So this is, y'all go fight amongst yourselves, but don't.
Now, the staff behind the scenes, they know that this is a problem too. I mean, Whoopi Goldberg, what she just said there, that soundbite, that's the kind of stuff that gets people fired. It gets shows canned. They have had problems before, and they know that they need to cut this off. You can see them try to cut this off here too. Listen to this conversation part. Notice in the middle of this conversation, music cues will come up. That means, hey, we need to stop this. We need to break for commercial. Yeah, listen.
Well, also, if you're going to do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race. No, it's not about race.
No, it's about a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man. That's what it's about.
But it's about white supremacy. It's about
it's not about
ideal race.
But these are two white groups of people.
Well, how do we have to black people
see them as white?
But you're missing the point. You're missing the point. The minute you turn it into race, it goes down this alley. Let's talk about it for what it is. It's how people treat each other. It's a problem. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, because black, white, Jews, everybody eats each other. So if you're uncomfortable, if you hear about Mouse, Should you be worried? Should your child say, oh, my God,
Now, that musical cue says everything that you need to know about what's going to come up in the aftermath, because typically you'll have a musical cue come up that's telling you, hey, we're going to go to commercial pretty soon. You know, you need to prepare for that. But here, the music, it keeps going on for almost a minute. Not only that, but it gets louder as Whoopi Goldberg is speaking, drowning her out in one part. And that's because there's another mouse that's actually involved in this. No, not one that's attached to the book. We're talking about Disney. You know, ABC, network by Disney, they're not happy about this at all. In fact, you have insiders starting to say that Whoopi Goldberg, she is in deep, she should actually be fired for this. It might actually cost her job. Now, here's the thing. Whoopi Goldberg will eventually apologize for this. She misses the mark totally when she apologizes, too. She says, hey, I said that it wasn't about race. I said that it was about man's inhumanity toward man. I should have said it was about both. She thinks it's because of that comment there that people had a problem. Nope. The problem is in what she had to say about this being a white people problem. You need to go handle that yourself. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, that's where your problem came from. At first, though, she doesn't even issue that. Instead, when she goes out on her apology tour, she decides that she's going to double down on what's said there. She goes on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. She decides she's going to double down. And sources behind the scenes, well, they start contacting every place in the media saying this person should be fired. Quote, however, sources tell Page Six that staffers and fellow hosts on The View, as well as insiders at Disney, are furious that Goldberg has not been disciplined. ABC staffers and Disney Network execs are saying that Whoopi, she went too far. And board members are not happy with her apology. They want a fuller retraction. The word is that Whoopi, she's in deep, one of the insiders said. Why does Whoopi seemingly get a pass when others don't? Perhaps this time she won't. Many at the network, including her fellow hosts, believe Whoopi is too controversial now for the show, and they also said they don't think that it's actually going to blow over. Now, as far as apologies are concerned, I know none of the places that are saying this, they will ever listen to this at all. But you know what? Disney, MSNBC, CNN, all of these places, they owe an apology to McMinn County, Tennessee. See, McMinn County, Tennessee, their one crime here is wanting to better teach a subject to 8th graders. Remember, we're talking about 8th graders here. When they decided that they were going to replace this book, they reached out for guidance. They wanted to know what would be a more suitable way to teach that. They wanted to do it in the best way possible. And because of that, again, they are getting threats. You have students being threatened too. Teachers being threatened. I mean, this stuff, it is off the rails. These places, they could stop it, but they won't. They never will, because you know how they are. But anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff too. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. Want to help out the channel? Links in the description. You being here, though, that matters most of all. Thank you. Appreciate you. See you soon.